Hello, welcome to Galaxoid and Nebular. First, a toast. Here's to America's Army and Navy and the battles they have won. To America's colors, the colors that never run.
May the wings of liberty never lose a feather.
Drink. Yeah, alright.
Alright, we got that.
I think next time we should actually drink after that.
Hey, that'd be a good opening thing. I wouldn't mind having a drink.
Alright. Well, yes, welcome to our very first official Nebular and Galaxoid podcast. Here's a quick test for Galaxoid. Which one of us are you?
I am Galaxoid.
Yes, but which alien? Like, the hint is the symbols on our chest.
Oh, I'm the one with the star.
Yes, and I am the crescent moon, or nebulous, or whatever. Yes, very good.
The Islamic crescent moon.
So first we're gonna talk about some video games, maybe some movies. So actually I want to talk about Titanfall real quick if we can.
Yeah, absolutely. You got it pre-ordered for the Xbox 360, right?
Or so I thought. Apparently when you pre-order on GameStop.com, what you're really doing is getting a little piece of paper that says you have a pre-order. Even though it says the full amount, you actually don't pay the full amount if you're picking up at store. So I really didn't buy anything.
So is that the same as doing it online or walking in the store? Because I've done it just walk in several times.
Yeah, walking in, you actually pay some cash up front, but online, if you choose to pick up at a store, you don't pay anything. Little did I know. Anyways. So, it was supposed to come out, I want to say it was supposed to come out in the beginning of this month, and then I get a call, for the Xbox 360 version, that is, and then I get a call from GameStop saying, hey, it's pushed back to March 25th. And then on March 25th, I was very excited, so I decided, well, I should probably call GameStop, make sure they have a copy for me, or whatever. So I called them, and they said it does not come out till April 8th.
Oh, that sucks.
And at this point, since I actually don't have the game, I didn't pay any money. At this point, I think I'm just gonna, sort of fuck it and just not get it.
Yeah, really. I've heard some kind of hit or miss reviews for it, but surprisingly, one of the last bastions of PC gaming, BitTech.net, gave it a 80%, and they don't give anything 80%, and they hate Call of Duty, so it was very surprising. So I figured I might give it a try just based on that technically glowing review from that website. From everybody else that was kind of like a fanboy, they've expressed kind of somewhat disappointment and like how they thought it should be probably like a $40 or $30 game.
Right. Yeah. Since it's completely online, I thought it was gonna have some sort of campaign. But yeah, now I think I probably might get a used copy later. Like before, when it was coming out for the 360, much later than the PC and the Xbox One. I totally, I blocked off all reviews. I didn't want to see any gameplay footage. And so I've been sort of depriving myself of it because I thought it was going to be pretty cool.
Well, it probably still is cool. They say the parkour is cool, but, if there was an Origin sale, I'd pick it up for at least $40. I know some people have gotten it for 45, maybe 50. But also, it's a 50 gigabyte download on the PC, which is ridiculous. And 34 gigabytes, as other people have stated, are uncompressed audio files, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, so that's our Titanfall gripes, I guess. Any movies you want to talk about?
Well, a couple new trailers. And actually, one thing I didn't hit up, Interstellar, that new supposed space movie that I guess J.J. Abrams is coming out, or is it the other guy, Nolan? Let me check
I have
real
no
quick.
idea what you're talking about, actually. What is Interstellar? And please, if you can regale us, Galaxoid.
Well, there's not much known about the movie, but other than like a very abstract trailer that was shown online, I'm pretty sure it's either Nolan or Abrams. But I'm actually Inception. Who did Inception? It's that guy.
Nolan. No, I want it. Yeah, Nolan. Definitely Nolan. You know how I can tell Inception was Nolan is because he uses all the same people.
Yeah.
Except
So, anyways,
except for Leonardo DiCaprio, he didn't use them anywhere else except for that movie.
okay. So yeah, definitely Christopher Nolan. Just looked it up. Matthew McConaughey's in it.
Ooh.
So nothing is really known about it. Hey, the Academy Award nominated.
Oh God, really? Yeah, that's
Matthew
true.
McConaughey?
He won. He won. He's not nominated. He won for
Academy Award winning Matthew McConaughey.
Cowboy Dallas Buyers Club something. Yeah.
We are now in the McConaissance.
You know what? Yeah. And saying, by the way, I was talking about Leonardo DiCaprio before. Matthew McConaughey has a freaking Oscar, and Leonardo DiCaprio does not. What does that say?
I don't know. It's the end of the world.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, at any rate, news about Interstellar that they're doing a lot of practical effects.
Oh, cool.
And they're building actually a huge spaceship sets, bigger than, say, the sets on Firefly and stuff like that. So,
oh wow,
he's all about the practical effects. Even in Inception, when they're fighting in the hallway, that was all practical effects. Yep. It wasn't it wasn't CGI or anything. So
it was just like wire harnesses and stuff.
Yeah, hoo-yah, practical effects, man, bring them back.
Right. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I never heard of Interstellar, but I'll definitely check out the trailer now, or better yet, I'll put it on my Tumblr.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the next Mindbender from Christopher Nolan. Afterwards, everybody's going to be an expert on general relativity. I bet you. Everybody's going to know how black holes work. That's how it is.
I know how one hole... Never mind. We won't go there.
Yes, we're not talking about the chocolate starfish.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, so there was other new trailers. Of course, we talked about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one based with Michael Bay. And of course, I think he has a thing for Megan Fox. Do you think so?
Oh, didn't he fire her?
He fired her?
Yeah, because he said, or she said, that he was like a Nazi. Then Steven Spielberg was like, hey, fire her now.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. So she's not she's not April O'Neil anymore? Why is she in the preview?
No, she got fired from Transformers 3, right? Rosie Hunting Wheatley or whatever.
Yeah.
Transformers 3, right?
Well,
when Transformers 4 was coming out. Yeah. But at any rate, yeah, that's why she didn't show up for the third one. But now I guess she's on another Michael Bay film, so it doesn't really matter, right?
No kidding. Well, I want to say dodged a bullet there because 3 was just god awful.
Yeah, I guess truthfully, I only thought Transformers 1 was okay, and after the initial, kind of novelty wore off, it was just eh.
Yeah, exactly. I'm skeptical about 4, but I'm gonna see it regardless because I love Mark Wahlberg, and my main goal in life now is go to the Wahlburgers store and get me a burger.
That's good. So, the TMNT trailer. What was your thoughts on it? I know we hit it up on the game video, but what were your actual thoughts on it?
You know what? I was actually a little bit excited before actually seeing the messed up, freakishly looking turtles. I was actually very excited for it.
The ogres?
Yeah. Oh, that's just a weird choice. But anyways, yeah, I was excited for it. It'd be interesting to see how they sort of... I know they mentioned the Ooze, which that was your favorite movie from back in the day. Was the second one, right? Right?
Yeah,
Galaxoid?
absolutely. But the trailer. I mean, it looked like it took itself a little bit too seriously. But I was like, I can get behind this. Because the comics, the Laird and Hamilton comic books were actually fairly dark.
Yeah. I
but
never read any of them, but yeah.
I can't get behind the ogre face. I really can't.
No, I'm sorry. And that, a lot of there was actually one action sequence in the trailer with all of them, but there was a lot of emphasis on Leonardo, and then they showed, of course, so they had to put in Michelangelo for the big laugh at the end. But I'd like to see more of Raphael and Donatello.
Yeah, absolutely, Donatello. Hopefully, Corey Feldman gets another
Yeah,
job.
right. Yes, as he should. Damn it. But yeah, that was what's another big trailer? We have we have the new trailer for Days of Future Past.
Oh, real quick, just a correction. It's Eastman and Lard. Kevin Eastman, Peter Lard.
For what's
Not
that?
Laird for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles original comic book creators.
Oh yeah. You could have, you fooled me there.
It's alright.
Yeah, so Days of Future Past new trailer, and tell you what, God, I probably should stop watching the trailers because I think they're showing the best parts of them. But yeah, I'm really damn excited for this movie.
Yeah, our first time seeing Bolivar Trask, Peter
Yeah,
Dinklage.
and I've already seen a picture, a screen cap of actually that, but yeah, he's gonna be awesome.
I paused it a couple times to see who's jumping in front of a Colossus. I don't know if you've done the whole
Oh no, I haven't done it.
trailer
Give it a
rewind.
shot.
I was trying to see who's jumping out in front of the whole group before they're fighting, and I couldn't tell. It wasn't a Sentinel. It looked like a mutant. So kind of somebody jumped in front of Colossus. Colossus looked slightly scared.
Oh no. Oh, you know what? If the disappointment would be, oh, it's just Wolverine or something.
It's always Wolverine, for God's sakes.
You don't know this, but we had a podcast on Flipcast where I have a different moniker, and we were talking about Days of Future Past and X-Men movies in general. But I remember when the trailer, I was very excited for Last Stand. I remember we started dissecting that trailer, me and Galaxoid, and I told Galaxoid, you remember what I tell you when they showed the Sentinel head in that trailer?
I actually don't remember what you told me.
Really? Well, I said, oh, that's gonna be a danger room sequence.
Oh, really? So you called it beforehand?
Yeah, and then you saw the movie and you're like, God damn it. Yeah.
Well, they also showed that clip specifically on a late night show too, so everything spoils everything.
Oh, here's the thing about the new trailer for Days of Future Past. So comparing it to Last Stand again, so in Last Stand, if you guys remember, freaking Iceman turns his head of ice and knocks out Pyro. And I thought, ooh, like in that movie, he's gonna be sliding around on ice. He's gonna be total Iceman. After that, he's gonna be killing people with ice, or maybe not killing people. But so that didn't come true in Last Stand. In Last Stand, that was it for the whole Iceman effect. But
Yeah. He was just, I mean, it was a slightly cool reveal at the end there, but, didn't live up to expectations. And I don't know if our expectations were unreal as, huge
Right.
fanboys, but X-Men 3 was all about failed,
no, God.
failed expectations, failed
Failed
anything.
everything.
Yeah, exactly. Could have been so much better.
So yeah, and then, they showed that whole clip. The whole clip, they showed that in the Last Stand trailer, and that was it.
Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely going to stay away from any more trailers than I just happened upon Days of the Future Past.
Yeah, but yeah. So the point I was getting to in this trailer for Days of Future Past, we see Iceman sliding around on ice, and so that's actually happening in this movie.
Holy crap! I will have to pause the trailer to find that.
Really,
I didn't
it goes by
see
really
it.
fast, but I was like, oh, it's Iceman. He's sliding around.
He's finally sliding on ice. Wow.
But it's been how many goddamn X-Men movies, and I had to wait for that. Yeah, exactly.
Like years, decades,
Oh my God. And then another thing about Last Stand, it had there were some moments that were okay as an X-Men fan. One of my favorite lines from Last Stand is when, it's very like popcorny, where Magneto takes apart the San Francisco Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, and then he puts it to Alcatraz, and then he says, "Oh, Charles always wanted to build bridges."
That was one of your favorite lines?
That's one of my favorite lines, and that was like a terrible movie.
So, moving on.
Yeah, we can talk about X-Men. I guess we might do an X-Men podcast again on either Flipcast or Galaxoid and Nebular.
Hey, I wouldn't be remiss about that. I'd love to do that.
But yeah, so what else? What are you watching on TV right now?
I'm actually rewatching a lot of Star Trek on Netflix.
Oh yeah, like the whole movies or the whole series?
Well, I just finished up Enterprise, and Enterprise ended, 2003, 2004? So I've been kind of on a Star Trek kick, and okay, if you haven't seen it, Enterprise ends on a bad note. It's kind of like in the mind of an autistic child, Commander Riker's watching the last episode in the holodeck from the Next Generation.
Oh, that's interesting.
But, in retrospect, I liked the episode. It kind of gave everybody props. But it kind of bookended it with the Next Generation, which probably didn't do well for the actors that worked on it for 4 years. But so I went back to that specific episode that he was supposed to be in the holodeck, and I watched the Next Generation. Then I started watching some more Next Generation. Watched a few original series movies. And just because Enterprise was a prequel, and actually it was a pretty good series. In fact, I think Archer is the best captain, truthfully.
Wow, really? Like I didn't. I gave it a go when I saw it on Instant Watch there, and I think I went through 2 episodes, and then it wasn't for me. Does it start building up after that?
Well, if you watch like the pilot and the couples episodes after that and you didn't like it, then it probably wouldn't be for you. However, it does pick up in a couple places. The Andorians are awesome. The guy that plays Wei Yun in Deep Space Nine, the head speaker for the Founders, is Commander Shran.
What?
And the blue skin Andorians are actually badass.
Cool, man.
And there's a really good episode in 4th season where they're actually it was one of those in the mirror darkly evil universe ones, but they actually have the original series ship, and it was supposed to be 100 years in their future, even though it looked like it was from the 60s, and it actually was kind of cool. That episode was actually kind of cool because they were like blowing up everything. It was like overpowered. They're like, all right, we got a warship.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I've been watching. What have you been reading or watching?
Well, I've been watching a lot. I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm a big, huge Kevin Smith fan, so I've been watching a lot of Comic Book Man, and I also watch very sort of nerdy things, if you will. I watch a lot of Toy Hunter as well.
Oh yeah, Toy Hunter. Yeah, you mentioned that before. Comic Book Man. It just got renewed for a 2nd season, didn't it?
Damn straight. And they're actually doing. I actually follow a lot of Kevin's podcast, which including Hollywood Babylon, which is sort of kind of like what we're talking about with the movies, but a little more professional without kids, screaming in the background and whatnot. But yeah, so I follow those podcasts, and that's actually gonna be a show on AMC called probably Hollywood Babylon or something.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, to our viewers, hey, we're family men, so little baby screaming in the background, hey, that's normal for us, and we got autistic kids. They don't look. It's just how it goes. They don't look at the red piece of paper recording piece of paper that we like posty up above the computer. They don't believe in that. But
yeah, I like how we were playing Artemis. If you don't know what Artemis is, it's a bridge simulator, Star Trek sort of based game. And we were playing with that, and then we're using Skype to sort of voice chat while Galaxoid was giving orders to everyone. And one of the kids you had over at your house saw my picture and saw that my lips weren't moving, saw that it wasn't video, and then she declared that I was not a real person.
Oh yeah, he's not talking. That's not even Clutch Cargo.
Yeah, I just like how she broke it down. But yeah, so to those listening, I am a real person.
With real wants and needs.
Yes, Navigator Nebulr is real, which I hope most of my followers are real, and I like to say that they are, except for the ones that never post. Like, I choose to not follow you because you don't post, and that's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't like those one-sided relationships. I've deleted many a Facebook friend for one-sided relationships. You know, I'm like, hey, cool cosplay thing. Here, check out my cosplay thing. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. You don't have to look at my stuff. But anyways, I will comment on your thing, and you don't even say, like, in 4 posts. I'm like, all right, delete. That's a one-sided relationship. I don't need that.
That reminds me of something. Back in the day when Conan had the Tonight Show and not Jay Leno or Jimmy Fallon, he had a little service he'd do. He'd do little YouTube videos, and then you send a little video of him saying, hey, you made the cut of this guy's Facebook friends. But I actually want to talk about Conan O'Brien's actually going to be hosting the MTV Movie Awards.
Oh, he is? When is that coming up?
This month? Yeah, very soon.
Google is our friend.
Yeah. But, yeah, so he's going to be hosting it. I like that he's part of sort of the mainstream. I don't know if mainstream, but, like, younger people know of him now, which is weird.
So are they technically the 2013 or 14 movie awards?
But I don't know. Probably, I want to say 2014. But yeah, Conan's hosting, so that's interesting.
April 7th is apparently when it is.
Nice. So yeah, he's big with the teenagers, I guess, now.
Well, I hope. I mean, I don't know who is watching Jay Leno. In fact, I got a couple 50-year-olds at work that thought Jay Leno was funny, and every time they said that, I want to slap them in the back of the head, you know? Because really, realistically, Jay Leno is like a McDonald's. I don't know. He's just not funny. And if you ask any one of his comedic peers, they will tell you that he's just not funny. You know, he bombed at the press conference dinner, or the White House press conference dinner that one time, and Obama got more laughs than him.
Oh, wow.
Everybody does good at the White House press conference dinner. I've never heard anybody bombing except Jay Leno.
That's surprising. Poor Jay.
No, not poor Jay. He's got thousands of cars.
Yeah, he's kind of a douche, too, actually.
Yeah, he's a dude. He's a cockroach. You can't... Jimmy Fallon should still be worried that he's not gone. I'm sorry. He's come back.
I forget what the point I was going to make. Oh, yeah, and for some reason, Mark Wahlberg is going to be hosting the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. So basically, it's like, do these kids and teenagers know who Mark Wahlberg and Conan O'Brien are?
I think they might. I'm not quite sure. If you're asking what age group, I know the age group that watches MTV is probably about maybe tween age now instead of like teenager age.
You know, I blew my friend's mind the other day. I was like, did you know Conan O'Brien was a producer of The Simpsons? His mind sort of exploded. kind of just like a Big Trouble in Little China when that guy gets really mad and explodes, just like that.
Okay, let's hit one last topic, and then you want to talk about Oculus?
Okay, yes. So we talked about Oculus on our Minecraft gameplay footage, but basically, Dodge said he is out because Oculus got bought by Facebook. But yeah, what are your hopes and sort of aspirations for Oculus there, Galaxoid?
Well, I was really interested in buying a developer's kit. I know people are like, oh, don't buy the developer's kit, don't buy the developer's kit, wait for the consumer product. But you know, I love being an early adopter. I would have paid $300 for something just to play the Half-Life 2 thing. But so hipster me absolutely hates Facebook buying Oculus VR because Facebook is this mega conglomerate that's gonna mess it up somehow.
And Nebulr Army really doesn't care.
Well, here's the thing though. If you were part of the Kickstarter team that backed Oculus VR when they were doing their Kickstarter, you don't get any money from this acquisition.
Yeah.
That just spells doom for a lot of crowdsourced stuff now. If I'm going to crowdsource you, I don't expect you to turn around and sell it right away, even before you get out a consumer product. That's just ridiculous, isn't it?
That does sound sort of shady there.
It does, but I guess now everybody's looking at these VR things like they're the next thing.
Yeah.
So it's not a niche market now. Facebook buying this is a big deal. It's in the mainstream media now.
You know what? I'll probably never touch the thing, but I'll probably go over to your house and play with it or something.
Yeah, I think I might just rely on Track IR, and because I know Track IR doesn't get me dizzy, and that was the main thing, motion sickness with everybody using it.
But, please, when I come by and, want to play Oculus, I shouldn't see you wearing Oculus and watching porno.
Yeah, if you walk in, I'm wearing Oculus VR and I'm in my underwear, it's just go in the other room. You don't have to stay there. Things are going to happen, and I won't even know you're there. And I possibly won't care because I'll be wearing headphones, too.
Ew. But that's the next stage of VR, I think.
Absolutely. So, in my response, is it good or bad? I think it's bad. You think you don't care.
No, I don't care. I would like to experiment with it, but I don't really see it being the next thing. I don't know. Then again, I didn't think Blu-ray players were going to be the next thing, and they did, so, don't listen to me.
Well, what are your thoughts on Project Morpheus, the PS4 VR headset? I hear they're coming out with at least a couple games there, so it might have the support that, say, Kinect or PlayStation Move did, so at least a few games.
That's pretty interesting. I think I will eventually get a PS4 when it turns into old gen. But I don't know, because, they'd have that sort of the Wii type stuff for the PlayStation, and that didn't really take off. I don't know. I'm still skeptical.
Right, yeah, the PlayStation Move. I never got into the PlayStation Move either, but it is kind of like it does seem kind of like a trend or whatever, but I don't know. I don't think Project Morpheus is going to do that good. I think Oculus on the PC side would have more of a user base than Project Morpheus.
Yeah, definitely.
And if just for like roller coaster videos that you can use it on, because there's some demos for that already on Oculus.
There's actually a couple of game demos as well. I can't tell you off the top of my head, but I remember reading I think that was Game Informer article that was talking about all the games that Oculus actually has right now.
Yeah, it's actually a good number of them, and I would definitely want to play Half-Life 2. The Elite demo, if you're in the alpha, it works perfectly with Oculus. So yeah, there's things to try with Oculus.
Team Fortress 2, of course.
Wow, that'd be weird, huh?
Yeah, that definitely would be. You know what would be a great game? I think they have a horror game for it already, but what would be great to work with the Oculus would be Outlast.
Outlast, absolutely. Oh my god, we still haven't gotten past the twins. Have you gotten past the twins?
I don't know what I just got past. I've just started the generator in the basement.
Oh really? Well, I got past the generator. When you get to the twins, they're two redneck hillbilly dudes that are absolutely naked, and you climb up and you just watch them, and they look like they have decroded things on their wangs.
Oh, dear
and I'm
Lord.
like, oh hell no! I'm gonna stop this game. I don't want to mess with those dudes.
Yeah, talking about Conan O'Brien, again, he does this thing called Clueless Gamer, and he actually played Outlast and Clueless Gamer, and he saw the weird German doctor, half-naked German doctor guy who, chops off your fingers, and he was just looking at, the doctor's butt, and he was like, this is the scariest game I've ever played. Actually, that right there made me go buy the game.
Oh, yeah? Good. And That's why they're advertising like that. That's good.
Yeah, so I think we covered good topics. Anything else you want to get off your chest?
No, that's about it. We kind of did topics, meandered, and came back to topics. It was pretty good.
Yes, this is what us as alien life forms do. And the reason why we sound alike is because we're aliens.
Absolutely, we're from the same planet.
Oh yeah,
and
let's talk about that. First of all, Galaxoid and Nebular are from a little comic strip called Calvin and Hobbes.
yes,
And,
absolutely.
what's your favorite? I don't want to say comic strip because that's too specific. But what's your favorite Calvin Hobbes? The book, the collection of books of the comics. What's your favorite one?
Wow. Off the top of the head, I wouldn't even know. Weirdos from Another Planet. That one was pretty good.
Yes.
I don't know what I have on the shelf. I have a couple of them, but they're all like stellar. You can't really choose, to tell the truth.
Yes, that's a really good one. I'd like to say The Days Are Just Packed. That was a pretty good one.
Does that have a lot of the snow stuff in it?
That's actually the more of the summery one. I think the snow one was the Yukon Ho.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a big community of Calvin and Hobbes fans out there on the internet. So I remember running into a sort of a fan fiction site called Spiff, which is, oh God, I forgot the acronym. Something fan fiction.
Good enough.
It was like Foxtrot and Calvin and Hobbes fan fiction.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Calvin.
Stuff to Google.
Yeah, it's stuff to Google out there we send out. So, yeah, that's where we got our names, Galaxoid and Nebular, and a series of comic strips where we come down and try to take over the human race. And Calvin says he's the leader, and I think he tricks us somehow, that bastard.
Yeah, he's fairly witty for a grade schooler.
Yes. Anyways, and then we got our toast from, we already mentioned Big Trouble in Little China, but we got the toast from Big Trouble in Little China.
To a new generation of kids, if you haven't seen Big Trouble in Little China, if you ever played Mortal Kombat and wondered where the kind of homage of where Raiden kind of came from, it was a guy in Big Trouble in Little China that was basically Raiden. So that's why Mortal Kombat was really cool to a lot of little kids back then. Hey, it's that guy from Big Trouble in Little China, man. He's got lightning.
Yeah, and there's another reference to it in a more recent game. Well, not that recent. Sort of old, kind of old gen of like original Xbox and PS2. True Crime Streets of LA.
Really? What did they have on it?
Freaking low pans in it, sir.
What?
Yeah,
was it like a mission
where you fight Lo Pan, you fight some demons and shit, man?
Now I feel I didn't play that all the way through. Now I feel like I missed out. I'm sure there's a PC version that's a lot better resolution that I probably can get somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. I think it wasn't part of the main missions, but it might have been some side quests. But definitely, Lo Pan, they got the actor. You know his name.
No, I don't, but we should know his name.
We should know his
name.
He
was in every movie.
Yeah, he's still in movies now. He plays the little duck father to Po and Kung Fu Panda. But yeah, he was
absolutely.
And I forget what I was going to say. If there was a movie ever to be redone or revamped or just sort of a new modern sequel, I think it should be Big Trouble in Little China.
I think his name is James Hong.
Cool. Yeah, James Hong. That's right. And he was actually in Wayne's World 2, right?
Oh, yes, yeah, he was, he was the father in Wayne's World 2. Good deal.
Yes. So, we began with the toast, so we can't sign off with that, but we'll sign off some way else. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and sign us off. This is Galaxoid and Nebular. Thanks for Nebulr. Thanks for listening. signing off. Goodbye.
Thank you, Earthlings. Yeah.
Technically glowing review from that website. From everybody else that was kind of like a fanboy, they've expressed kind of somewhat disappointment and like how they thought it should be probably like a $40 or $30 game.
Right. Yeah, since it's completely online, I thought it was going to have some sort of campaign. But yeah, now I think I probably might get a used copy later. Like before, when it was coming out for the 360, much later than the PC and the Xbox One, I totally I blocked off all reviews. I didn't want to see any gameplay footage, and so I've been sort of depriving myself of it because I thought it was going to be pretty cool.
Well, it probably still is cool. They say the parkour is cool, but I mean, if there was an Origin sale, I'd pick it up for at least $40. I know some people have gotten it for 45, maybe 50, but also it's a 50 gigabyte download on the PC, which is ridiculous, and 34 gigabytes, as other people have stated, is
nebulous or whatever. Yes, very good.
The Islamic crescent moon.
So first we're gonna talk about some video games, maybe some movies. So actually, I want to talk about Titanfall real quick if we can.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got it pre-ordered for the Xbox 360, right?
Or so I thought. Apparently, when you pre-order on GameStop.com, what you're really doing is getting a little piece of paper that says you have a pre-order. Even though it says the full amount, you actually don't pay the full amount if you're picking up at store. So I really didn't buy anything.
So is that the same as doing it online or walking in the store? Because I've done it just walk-in several times.
Yeah, walking in, you actually pay some cash up front. But online, if you choose to pick up at a store, you don't pay anything. Little did I know. Anyways. So it was supposed to come out... God, I want to say it was supposed to...
Press audio files, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I bet. So yeah, okay, so that's our Titanfall gripes, I guess. Yeah, any movies you want to talk about?
Well, a couple new trailers, and actually one thing I didn't hit up, Interstellar, that new supposed space movie that I guess J.J. Abrams coming out, or is it the other guy, Nolan? Let me check real quick.
I have no idea what you're talking about, actually. What is Interstellar? And please, if you can regale us, Galaxoid.
Well, there's not much known about the movie, but other than a very abstract trailer that was shown online, I'm pretty sure it's either Nolan or Abrams. But I'm actually Inception. Who did Inception? It's that guy.
Nolan. No, yeah, Nolan. Definitely Nolan. You know how I can tell Inception was Nolan is because he uses all the same people?
Yeah.
To come out in the beginning of this month. And then I get a call, for the Xbox 360 version, that is. And then I get a call from GameStop saying, hey, it's pushed back to March 25th. And then on March 25th, I was very excited. So I decided, well, I should probably call GameStop, make sure they have a copy for me, or whatever. So I called them, and they said it does not come out till April 8th.
Oh, that sucks.
And at this point, since I actually don't have the game, I didn't pay any money. At this point, I think I'm just gonna, sort of fuck it and just not get it.
Yeah, really. I've heard some kind of hit or miss reviews for it, but surprisingly, one of the last bastions of PC gaming, BitTech.net, gave it a 80%, and they don't give anything 80%, and they hate Call of Duty, so it was very surprising. So I figured I might give it a try just based on that.
Hello, welcome to Galaxoid and Nebular. First, a toast. Here's to America's Army and Navy and the battles they have won. To America's colors, the colors that never run.
May the wings of liberty never lose a feather.
Drink. Yeah, alright.
Alright, we got that.
I think next time we should actually drink after that.
Yeah, that'd be a good opening thing. I wouldn't mind having a drink.
All right. Well, yes, welcome to our very first official Nebulr and Galaxoid podcast. Here's a quick test for Galaxoid. Which one of us are you?
I am Galaxoid.
Yes, but which alien? Like, the hint is the symbols on our chest.
Oh, that I'm obviously I'm the one with the star.
Yes, and I am the crescent moon, or